Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes. Am I audible, guys? Hello, everyone. A very, 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 very good morning, guys. Good morning. It's a nice sunny Sunday. It's a nice day. A very good morning, public. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? We are here for law revision and we are going to finish the important parts of company's law today. The important parts. Yes, we are already done with, I guess, half of it yesterday, and today we will be doing the remaining part. Okay, one second. Hi, Yuvraj. Good morning, Yuvraj. Good morning. Very nice, guys. Chalo. So, how are you, Yuvraj? You have another lecture going on right now? Yes, you have another lecture going on right now? Okay, so who all are there? Just please put down a hi message, everyone. Okay, chalo. So without wasting any further time, we will start. Yes, let us start with one second. Company law. Okay. So yes, this was the thing that we did yesterday. We finished talking about company law till debentures. As I said, we will be doing all the important stuff. We will be covering all the important stuff. Okay. Okay. Now, charges, deposits, registers, annual return, meetings. Okay, first let's cover the meetings. Okay, now coming to meetings of a company. Okay, now everyone, whenever I am revising, I hope you guys are clearing your concepts by yourself. So I hope you can recall this, because December you have exams. So if you're able to recall it, it's great, means you're going on the right path. Okay, so meeting of a notice, guys. Anytime whenever you give whenever you're giving a notice, you should give at least a 21 days clear notice before the AGM. Shorter notice can be obtained if 95% members are saying that it's okay, fine. You don't have to inform us 21 days before. It's okay. You can inform us like just a few days before that. If 95% people are saying that, it's absolutely okay. Then if company, okay, contents of notice, what all should be there in the notice? Section 101, very, very important. You need to remember the section. 101 says it, you need to, in the notice, you need to write the place. You need to write the date, the day, the hour of the meeting. Otherwise, how will people come, right? You have to give the statement of the business. Then next is section 102. Here, annexure to the notice for special business, specifying if there is a special business, okay? You need to know what exactly it is. How does it concern the directors, KMP, relatives, okay? Then notice should be given to who all? Every member. Legal, if the member is dead, his legal representative, give it to every auditor of the company and give it to every director of the company. Okay, can it be given by email, ma'am? Absolutely, it can be given by email, not a problem. Email, which email ID? The ones that is registered with us as per the record. In the subject line, you will talk about the company name and what meeting, place and date. Okay, attachment, in the attachment you will attach the notice. Okay, okay. If there is a transmission failure, which was not in our hands, it was because of the other person's server error or whatever, then we are not to blame. Okay, now if members have not updated their email, again, that is not in our hands. Mahalla nahi mahiti. I don't know. I don't know. Then company, it can send notices, like the company secretaries in the company can send notices, or it can be done by a third party. Notice, it must be placed on a company website. Okay? Okay? Yes. Now, special and deemed special businesses. Now, guys, there are basic businesses that has to be done in every AGM. Good morning, Aditya. Hi, Aditya. How are you? Good morning. Okay, so there are certain businesses that has to be conducted in a general meeting. Other than these are ordinary business. Other than that, everything else is a special business. What are the ordinary businesses? Why are you meeting? The main thing is financial statement. Then the another main thing is dividend. Then directors appointment, reappointment, remuneration and appointment of auditors. Okay, so this is the main thing. For everything else, it's a special business. Okay. Okay. Now, quorum. What is a quorum for a meeting? Important. What is a quorum for a meeting? Okay, see, here public company quorum is given, private company quorum is given. Articles, the AOA can ask for a higher number of a quorum. Okay, for private company, the quorum is 2 members. 5,000 plus members, if your company has, the quorum is at least 30 members. If your company has 1,000 to 5,000, 15 members. If your company has less than 5,000 people, just 5 members is the quorum. Quorum, what is quorum, guys? Minimum number of people required to transact the business or required to conduct the meeting. Required to conduct meeting. Okay, yes. Now, if within the first 30 minutes the quorum should be present, otherwise the meeting is automatically adjourned to the next week. Okay, and requisition meeting then is cancelled. Like the meeting which the members had only requested that please hold it, and they only didn't come, so it's cancelled now. And chairman of meeting. So if we talk about chairman, so show of hands. How many of you are okay with this person being the chairman? Show of hands. If there is no show of hands, if the chairman wants a poll, then even a poll can be done. Poll means you write it on a letter, you write it and you vote and you put that shit on a secret box. Okay. Proxy, which you guys do in college, right? In college, proxies is done. So members can attend. If you can't go, instead of you, another person will go. That is a proxy. Okay. Okay. In a proxy, you should in advance only. You should give it in writing. I won't be able to come. Mr. X is my proxy. He will come. MGT 11, you should submit it. Restrictions. If we talk about maximum 50 members, maximum 10% of the share capital. Okay, so one person can represent maximum 10% of the share capital and not more than that. Okay, and this proxy form should be deposited at least 2 days before the meeting. So the company knows that you are not coming. Your proxy is coming. Okay, then proxy rights also. Whenever we as a company give out the notice, we should give out the proxy rights. These are the rights. Okay. Now, if we talk about voting rights, guys, if you are a shareholder and you did not pay the value, like you have certain unpaid amount, obviously, in such a case, you won't be able to vote. It's restricted. Okay, otherwise, nobody can restrict you to vote. And on poll, member need not use all votes or cast in the same way. Okay, so it's a poll and you have like 10 votes with you. So it's not necessary that all your 10 votes should be different. Same. It can be different. Okay. Now, next is, guys, voting procedure. If we talk about poll, resolution decided by show of hands. First option is show of hands. And then the hands are counted. And the second option is poll. So chairman can order poll. Okay. So if we talk about total voting power or shares, threshold, and what is the procedure also? It's a beautiful procedure. Whenever a poll is taken, when we practically are present there, it's a lot to do, and it's fun when a poll is taken. Chits are given to people, like chits as in the notice, the last page is given to people where they vote, and this is put in the secret ballot box. Okay, later on, and then scrutinizers are appointed, and the polling papers, that format is there in MGT 12. So then scrutinizers are appointed, then 2 witnesses are there, so the box will get opened in front of these witnesses, and then it will be counted, and then the result is submitted to the chairman. Okay. E-voting can also be done. Not everybody it's not possible for everyone to come in the company, right, to vote. So then they can sit at home and they can do an e-voting. Not a problem at all. Even here, scrutinize will count the votes which have been received online, and within 3 days they will give the results to the chairman. Now, how do we do e-voting? The company gives us a password. They give us a login credentials. Okay. Postal ballot. Now, people who don't want to do e-voting. Okay. First of all, initially that was the case, that people who did not know how to use internet, did not know how to do e-voting, so postal ballot was there. Postal ballot as in this polling paper used to reach their homes, their address, and then they used to vote and they used to send it back by post. Okay, so even today you have an option of e-voting or postal ballot. Now, if you are altering MOA, AOA, if it's a buyback, okay, if you are selling a part of the company, then postal ballot is compulsory. Okay. In case of OPC and companies with less than 200 members, then postal ballot is not required. Procedure: you send the notice, you send the draft resolution, then you give them a 30-day period to say yes or no. Okay. You appoint a scrutinizer, you even give an advertisement, then you submit the report. The scrutinizers will submit the report within 7 days. Ordinary resolution 50%, more than 50%. Special resolution 75%. Okay. Okay. Minutes is nothing else. Minutes is like whatever is done in the entire meeting. Whatever is done in the entire meeting, the summary is given in the minute book. Okay. And later on it's signed by the chairman. So if, let it be the summary of proceedings, the evidence that were brought down in the meeting, the names of the directors that were present and voting, everything is given in the minutes. Minutes is like the summary of the meeting, that if you read it, you'll understand what all happened in the meeting. Okay, done. Now we will talk about AGM. So AGM, every company must accept AGM. Now between two AGM, see, one AGM should be there in every year. If you want to have more than one, your choice, no problem, but at least one, it should be there. Between two AGM, there should be maximum 15 months gap. When should be an AGM held? Generally, your financial year, whenever it ends, 31st March. So generally, end of September, all the AGMs are held. Okay, because the rule is 6 months. 31st, whenever your financial year ends, within 6 months, you should hold your AGM. And first AGM will give you 9 months because it's the first time. Okay. Can it be held at night? No, it should be held in business hours, registered office. An unlisted company, it can hold an AGM anywhere in India if all the members are agreed. Okay, the tribunal. What if NCLT feels that I need to call an AGM because company has not called an AGM and company has not followed the rules? Can NCLT do that? Of course. Then even one member will constitute quorum if the AGM is called by the tribunal. Okay. EGM, when other than AGM you want to hold a members meeting, that time you hold an EGM. Even if the members say that, more than 10% of the members come together and say that we think we need an EGM, okay, because we all members need to come together and discuss certain things. Even then you can call an EGM. Okay. Yes. So once the notice is gone, you should send the notice within 21 days and the meeting must be held immediately within 45 days. Okay. If the board does not conduct a meeting within 45 days, the members themselves will meet and within 3 months they will conduct their meeting. Okay, and all the expenses, of course, will be given by the company. Clear. Now we will be talking about directors. We are done with the basic part. Now we'll be talking about directors and auditors. Okay, let's go, everyone. So, if we talk about directors and auditors of a company, who are the directors? See, the owners are the shareholders, okay, and the management is done by the directors. Yes, everyone. So owners are the shareholders and the management is done by the directors. So if you talk about section 166, it is a duty and responsibility of the director to take care of the company and to do everything that is in the benefit of the shareholders. Okay, so it is a duty. So it has certain duties, it has certain liabilities. But the directors get money, right? They are paid for this. Can the directors be shareholders? Yes, majority of them are. If we talk about Mukesh Ambani is the major shareholder in Reliance and he's also a director. Okay, but then there are many directors who are not the shareholders. So a director, how he shall act? AOA rules are given, act accordingly. He should act in good faith for the benefit of the shareholders. Whatever duties he's given, make sure you're doing it with good skill and reasonable care. Okay, do not get involved in any conflict of interest. Like whatever the company is doing, don't try benefiting yourself personally with that. And if director is found guilty of doing any such a thing, he will have to pay that amount of profit that he has earned, undue profit, back to the company. Okay, okay, and then we are trusting the director and we are telling him take care of the company. And in such a case, if the director is assigning his office to someone else, no, not allowed, can't do that. Director identification number. Director identification number, DIN. Director identification number, DIN. So if we talk about DIN, just the way we have Aadhaar number, we have a PAN number, everybody has a unique number, right? So the directors also have their unique numbers, director identification numbers. Okay, everybody has its own unique identity, and no two directors will have the same DIN. And you cannot become a director. You cannot become a director till the time you get a DIN. Okay, the first DIN in India was received by Tata, Ratan Tata. Qualifications, as such, there are no academic or professional qualifications. In India, we don't have any academic or professional qualifications, even for the politicians. So even for directors, there are no such qualifications until unless the AOA says it. But we have disqualifications. This section is very, very important. Section 164. It talks about the disqualification. If any person is of unsound mind, if the NCLT or court, they have disqualified him, okay, where this director was a director of another company and he did not file his returns for continuous specific period, and 5-year period has not been elapsed, okay, and if recent criminal convictions, recently if he was criminally convicted and a punishment was given to him of more than 6 months in case of a moral turpitude. Okay, these are the disqualifications. In all these cases, can he become a director of the company? No. Appointment can take place in multiple ways, guys. Maximum how many directors you can have? 15 directors. But if you want more than that, okay, pass an SR and have more than 15 directors. Then woman equality, at least one woman director should be there. Woman empowerment. Okay. Okay, next, retirement and rotation. So generally, guys, at every AGM, 2/3 of the director, 2/3 are liable to retire. So for example, your company has 9 directors. So out of which 2/3 will be liable to retire by rotation. So how many? 6 are liable. Oh my God, all will retire? No. Out of this, 1/3 are liable to retire by rotation. Matlab 1/3 will actually retire. Okay, so 2 directors will retire here when you have a strength of 9 directors. That's how it works. Okay, now who retires? Directors with longer tenure, who have been the seniors, they're the oldest in the organization, they retire. Okay. Now, can the retiring director be reappointed in the same company? Absolutely, they can. Can another person be appointed instead of the retiring director? Absolutely, he can. Now, if we talk about resignation, can a director resign? Of course, you can't force anyone to be with you, right? If the director wants to resign, let him go. Okay, so he will send a copy to ROC within 30 days. The resignation takes effect from the date of the company receives the notice, or the date specified in the notice, whichever is later. Just remember this, okay? So if a director has given you the resignation letter today and you receive it tomorrow, okay, and the date written in it is day after tomorrow will be the effective date of resignation. Okay. Directors can be removed either by shareholders or by the tribunal. Of course, they can be removed. There is no one above the shareholders or no one above the tribunal. They can remove directors by ordinary resolution if they have approved that the directors are mismanaging the company purposely. Okay. And tribunal, of course, if you make an application to the tribunal, the director thinks that he's not working in good faith, he can definitely remove the director. Now, remuneration. Will the director receive remuneration? Yes, he can decide it if he wants to receive a monthly one or a percentage of net profits. It's completely on him. But it cannot exceed 5% for one director, okay, or 10% for more than one, except with CG approval. Okay, so see, guys, in short, maximum is 11%, okay, as per section 197, 198, maximum managerial remuneration. Like if you count all the directors, maximum you can give 11% of the net profits to all the directors. Okay. Okay. Now, Now let's talk about the powers of the director. If we talk about the board of directors, they can exercise all the powers which the AOA and the Companies Act and the MOA tell them, but they cannot take an ultra wise actions. Okay. Okay. So what are the powers that, for example, they want to do a buyback, they want to issue securities, debentures, they want to borrow money, they want to start a new business, they want to grant loans, they want to make call on shareholders, they want to invest the funds of company, they want to approve amalgamations, they want to take over another company. All these matters, first the director will approve and then the shareholders will approve. Okay, so board resolution and then shareholder resolution. Okay, now we will talk about auditors. Easy, this was, okay? Now let's talk about auditors. So, Companies Act, if we talk about the section 143, it explains duties of auditors in a very simple way, Okay, now auditors, guys, you tell me, you guys are also going to become auditors. Cost accountants can also be auditors, right? So when you become cost auditors, what are the rights that you expect you should get whenever you go to a company? What are the rights that you expect you should get? Okay, you all may answer in the comment section, please. Yuvraj, Aditya, are you guys there? Yes, are you guys there? Yes, guys. Okay. So, duties of auditor. I'll go ahead. Now, what are the duties of auditors, guys? What are the duties that, what are the powers that, or the rights that you would like to have? That, ma'am, if we go to do any audits, we need to at any time have access to the books and vouchers. Okay. We need to inquire into the loans, the advances. We need to see all the transactions. We need to talk about the sale of shares. We need to see what personal revenues have been charged and how they have been charged. We need to have access to the books of the holding and subsidiary as well, so we exactly get to know if there is any, like a suspicious transaction. Yes, hi Rohit, good morning. And what are the duties? These are the duties we need to tell the shareholders, because the shareholders trust us. I keep telling you all, what's the Satyam scam? The Satyam scam was done by the shareholders. Oh, sorry. The Satyam scam was done by the auditors. It was auditors who were responsible for this. Obviously, I keep telling you all, watch it. So if I talk about audit report duties, so what are the duties of an auditor? You need to include all the proper books of accounts. Okay, then financial statements need to comply. Are the financial statements complying with accounting standards? Report on that. Report if there are any disqualified directors, if there are any internal control lags. Explanation for any negative or qualified answer. If you're giving any negative answer, give an explanation that why are you talking negative about the company? Are the proper books not maintained? Are the internal controls not followed? Are the directors disqualified? Okay, so comment on all this. Are the accounting standards not followed? In case of government company, it is CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Okay, CAG can comment on or conduct supplementary audit within how many days? Guys, within how many days? Within 60 days. Okay. Now, branch accounts are audited by company's auditor or a disqualified auditor, including overseas branches. So, there's a company, they have branch offices. Okay. So, who is the main auditor? His team will only audit the accounts of the other branches as well. Okay. And if you appoint a different branch auditor, then he will prepare his audit report for the main company auditor and he will give it to him. Okay, auditors, we need to comply the standards that are given by the central government. Okay. Then fraud reporting, whatever fraud is happening in the company, you are supposed to report that. If it's a small fraud, go to the audit committee and disclose it in the board's report. Okay. If it's a big fraud, go to the CG, disclose it to him, and you need to have report it in good faith. Okay. Okay. Now, how do you prepare an audit report? Once this entire analysis is done of all the transactions, the financial accounts, the directors, the related parties, once everything is done, you prepare an audit report according to the auditing standards. Okay. You also see if the accounting standards have been followed, and you give a statement if a true and fair view of company's position is shown or no. Okay. Make inquiries. Can auditor make inquiries into loans and advances? Absolutely. Lend assistance in case of a branch audit. So if the branch auditor, and see, this is a company and these have separate branches. These are the branches. Now this is a main company. XYZ is his auditor. Okay. XYZ is his auditor, and A's auditor is this. These are branches. Okay. A's auditor is PQR. So he's a branch auditor now. So whatever information he wants, he can ask from XYZ. They are supposed to give each other assistance. Okay. And then he will prepare only accounts of A. This XYZ is going to prepare accounts of everyone, this company. Okay. So whenever this account has been prepared, so PQR will give this to XYZ. Whatever assistance they need from each other, they are supposed to provide it, because ultimately they are working for the same client. Yes, everyone. Okay. As I said, we need to comply with the auditing standard NFRA, that is National Financial Reporting Authority. Okay. One second. Oops. To be followed. Okay. Auditing standards are given by NFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority. Okay. They help the auditor, whatever duty the auditor wants to perform, they help. NFRAs will give you a guidance. Okay. Now, reporting of fraud. Generally, if we talk about, we will report this matter to the central government if it's a big fraud, directly to CG. If it's a small fraud, report it to the audit committee or the board. Okay, we've already spoken about that. As an auditor, you're supposed to follow the code of conduct that has been given by your institute. All three institute guys, CACS, CMA, they give their code of conduct. So this should be followed. Okay, you need to follow the rules and regulations set by your institute for yourself. Like, you need to maintain confidentiality of whatever documents you have. You need to take care. You need to perform all your duties with care. One second. Is the screen blurred? Has the screen gone blurred? No, this is okay. Now, if there is any investigation that has been going on, okay, in a company, in case of an investigation, it is a duty of the auditor to provide assistance to the officers. Okay. So hence it can be seen that the duties of the auditors are pretty diverse. He's an all-rounder. So there's another body which is like, let's consider your tribunal, income tax tribunal. They're doing an investigation. Now they expect help from the auditor. Yes, auditor is supposed to do that. Now section 177, very important. Audit committee. So the board of directors of every listed company, okay, they shall have an audit committee, compulsory. Audit committee, how many members? At least 3 members, and out of which majority of them should be independent. Now, majority of the members of audit committee, including its chairman, they should understand finance. They should understand financial statement. Otherwise, what's the use of them being appointed as auditors? Yes. Every audit committee of a company existing immediately before the commencement shall within 1 year be reconstituted. Okay. And last, whatever terms the board of directors have decided, audit committee will act accordingly. Okay. Next. Next, if we talk about audit committee, as I said, every listed company, minimum 3 directors, majority, independent, including the chairperson, they should understand the financial statement. Okay. Now, what does this audit committee do? Ma'am, why is this audit committee appointed? What do they do? So, audit committee, it recommends the appointment, remuneration of auditors. Then it will review the auditor's report, like auditor's independence. Review the auditor's independence as in if the auditor has any conflict of interest with the company, okay, then the financial statement, auditor's report review will be done. If there are any related party transactions, audit committee will give approval. Now, what is a related party transaction? Like if you are transacting, like if you are transacting with any of the directors, or the directors are transacting with any of their own relatives, friends, who can benefit the director or the management of the company indirectly. So these are known as related party transactions. So that is also approved by the audit committee. So audit committee, first, if you want to do a related party transaction, you need to take audit committee's approval. It can give an omnibus approval. What is omnibus approval? Up to a limit, up to an amount limit, that is 1 CR. You can enter into n number of transactions. Don't come to me again and again for permission. This is what audit committee will say. Generally, you have to go for permission, but please don't come to me again and again for permission. Okay, up to 1 CR, do what you want. Okay, now if the audit committee does not approve this transaction, then you go to the board and ask the board of directors that this is what the audit committee is doing. Okay, now if there is any loss in the transaction, so because of the directors, they must indemnify it. Okay. Okay, now what else can the audit committee do? It can also value the assets wherever necessary, because they are the experts of finance. Then the risk management systems, monitoring the end use of funds. Okay, all of this the audit committee can do. Now, audit and investigation. What all the auditors can do? They can call for, they can say the committee, which this audit committee, they can call for the auditor's report, the comments, and auditor, what do you think? Is our company doing well? What is the problem with our company? Then authority to investigate into the matters that the board has said. Audit committee, okay, audit committee has full access to all the records, whatever they want. They can talk about the KMP. Okay, they can be heard in the meetings. The audit committee chairperson, it's compulsory for him to be at the AGM. Compulsory. Then next is visual mechanism, guys. Every listed company shall establish a visual mechanism to report genuine concerns. Visual mechanism, as we know, if there is a fraud that is happening in a company, okay, and you want to report that fraud, okay, so you are the whistleblower, right? But you're scared, you don't want to give up your identity, like you don't want to say it's you who revealed this fraud. So in such a case, so in such a case, the whistleblower will go to the audit committee chairperson and he'll tell him that, you know what, this fraud has been going on. Now, what the audit committee can do, whatever concerns are, fine, address them, but first protect this person. He shouldn't be harmed because he's told us the truth. Okay, so that is the vigil mechanism. You need to safeguard the whistleblower. Okay, and board report must disclose the audit committee composition. Who all are there in the audit committee? Since when is the audit committee been formed? What all transactions have the audit committee approved? What all related party transactions omnibus approval has been given? Okay, then next is, guys, the rights of shareholders. The important part of this chapter is already over. The important part, okay? Now a very easy part is remaining. The rights of shareholders. Guys, Companies Act 2013 says who are the shareholders? Aren't they the owners of the company? Right? So they're the owners of the company. So the subscribers to MOA shall be deemed to have, they are the first members. See, listen, I'll tell you in easy words. Whoever subscribes to the memorandum, the last page is a subscribers page. In the regular classes, I show the last page. I show them that how real memorandum looks, how the subscribers page looks. Okay, so the subscriber page, if we talk about this page, they are the ones who actually started the company. They gave the first money for the company. So they are the OG shareholders. They are the first shareholders by default. Okay. Okay. Now, when does a person become a shareholder? The moment his name is entered in the register. Okay, so you've given money to the company, and the company has taken the money, but has not registered your name in the register. Are you a shareholder yet? No. The moment your name is entered in the register, you are a shareholder. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, next. A person who becomes a member of the company through NSDL, CDSL. There are two depository systems, NSDL, CDSL. Now, what do these depository systems talk about? Clearly, guys, clearly, if we talk about whenever you want to buy a share, okay, so right now it's all online, it's all demat. So when you go into, like, for example, there's an Upstocks app, okay, so you go into an Upstocks app and you buy the shares. So the name, you can see you're buying the shares of the company, but those shares are kept with the depositories. They are deposited with the depositories, and depositories will sell it to us. So depositories will write our name in their register, and in company's register, the name of these two will be written, and all our names will be written in their registers. Okay, so here we also become a member, and then otherwise, how do we become a shareholder? By subscribing initial capital. Yes, remember. So new shares, and you buy shares from an existing shareholder. Okay, okay. Then you buy extra shares in case of rights issue. Okay, then if you have debentures and convertible securities, they get converted into shares later on. Okay. Next we will talk about voting rights. Guys, just in short, a member, an equity shareholder will have voting rights. A preference shareholder will not have voting rights. Only in his own matters, preference, if the rights of preference shareholders have been altered, only then he will have voting rights. Number one. Number two, if the dividend is not paid to him for a continuous period of 2 years, only then he will get voting rights. Okay. Now, a person who's a shareholder of the company has many rights. First of all, he can vote at all the meetings. Number one. Then EGM, he can call for an EGM. Important, this is important, please star market. It has been asked many times. So number one, right to vote at all meetings. Number two, EGM, they can call for an EGM. Number three, I need to receive all the notices of the company. I can appoint the proxy. Okay, if I don't want to go to attend the meeting, I can appoint a representative, right? Then I can tell the company, I want you to circulate the resolution. Okay, I need the certificate of shares within 2 months from the date of allotment. Within 2 months, I need the certificate. I have the rights to transfer my shares. If I want to inspect the register of the company, I can. If I want to read the minutes of the company, I need to. I can also apply to the tribunal if I feel there is any mismanagement being done. Okay, and if I want to remove a director, I can participate by voting in an OR, ordinary resolution. Right? So these are the rights of shareholders. I have the right to choose directors. I am the owner, so I have the right. I am a shareholder, I have the right. Okay. Then in case of winding up, if there is any surplus, I can get it. I can apply to the tribunal for winding up. If there is oppression and mismanagement of minority shareholders being done, I can apply to that. If the company has declared dividend, I have the rights to enjoy these dividends. Yes, clear everyone. Clear, guys. The next is, guys, KMP. Now, if we talk about a KMP, who is a KMP? KMP is a very important person in a company, considered at the top level management, the decision makers of the company. The first one is the CEO or the MD or the manager or the whole time director. Got it? So this is the KMP, number one. Number two, this is number one. Number two, CS. Yes. Number three, CFO. Number four, any other officer who has been designated as a KMP, who's a whole-time director. Got it? Whole-time director to by default will be a KMP, but any other officer who's designated as a KMP. Got it? So number one, see how important these people are. CFO, he handles all the finance. CEO, MD, they handle the company. CS and any other officer. So these are the 4 KMPs. Why are they known as key managerial personnel? Because they are expected to take the most important decisions of a company. Okay, and it depends on their decision making, how the company will be operated. Okay, now let's talk about registers. Okay, last few topics and then we'll be done. All right, just maybe 15-20 minutes more and then we will be done. Last few topics. Registers. So you are supposed to maintain the register. Which all registers are you supposed to maintain? Section 88 says maintain register of members, register of debenture holders, compulsory. Other security holders, then who the debenture holders, members who are foreigners. Okay, and the register of shareholders must be maintained in MGT1. Okay, particulars in register, right, the amount of share capital, the name of the shareholder, the address, the sin of the company, when did the person become a member, if he sold the share, when did he sell the share, the amount that he has given, the amount that is pending from him. Okay, and same thing also about the debenture holder, but just in MGT2. It's a register. You can, nowadays it's all done online. Foreign register, here we need to talk about, it's just the same, it's like MGT1 only, but here the format is MGT3. Okay, but it's similar to MGT1. You give up all the details of the shareholders. Okay, now registers, entry must be made within 7 days. For example, I have transferred my share to you. Okay, now my name should be removed, your name will be put in. This must be done within 7 days. Nowadays, it's done immediately because it's online, as I said. Register, it can be maintained at the registered office, but if the shareholders authorize in a general meeting that, maintain it anywhere, then it can be maintained at anywhere. Okay, then in case of a buyback, consolidation, death, transfer, okay, these entries should also be updated time to time. For listed companies, if someone has pledged their share, okay, like I wanted a loan from the bank, so I pledged the shares that I had with me. Pledge as in Hindi we call it girvi. Okay, so pledge these shares, mortgage. So now when I have pledged these shares, this information the company will get to know, right? So now the company will register this within 15 days. Okay. Now. Closure and inspection, can register be inspected 100%. It can be inspected during business hours. The members, the beneficial owners can do it without fees. But what if outsiders want to do it? They can also do it, but they will have to pay a fees of rupees 50. Okay, and registers will be closed. Like for example, I'm a company and I want to declare dividend. Will I close the books of accounts for now so I get the list of the shareholders? Yes. Okay, so registers may be closed for maximum 45 days in a year, not exceeding 30 days at a time, with at least 7 days notice. Okay, so okay, listen, I'm a company, I want to declare dividend. If I want to declare dividend, do I need the list of all the directors? Yes. List of all the shareholders? Yes. So in 1 year, I can close this for maximum 45 days. At a time, I can do it for maximum 30 days. And the moment I'm closing this register, I will inform you at least 7 days prior. At least 7 days prior, I will inform you. Okay? Yes. Okay, preservation of registers. Registers are preserved permanently. Okay. For 8 years, they are permanent records, number one. And foreign registers, again, 8 years, permanent record. See, debenture registers will be maintained for 8 years, and foreign registers will be maintained for foreign register, and register of members will be maintained permanently. And debentures, it is 8 years. Now we will talk about annual return. Annual return form, you need to remember, section you need to remember. Section 92, form MGT 7. What all is included in annual return? You talk about the registered office, you talk about the place of principal business, you talk about the shares, The breakup of shares, like how many shares are held by NRIs, Indians, directors, promoters, PFIs, banks. Okay, that's the shareholding pattern. The loans you talk about, the debenture holders. You give the details of promoters, KMP, how many meetings of how many member meetings have been held in the year, how many committee meetings, how many board meetings. Then remuneration, what remuneration have you given? The penalties, are there any court cases that have been going on, litigations that have been going on? All these details are given in an annual report and a company secretary signs it. It's a lot of fun when you prepare the annual report. Okay, being a CS, I have prepared several annual reports, and when you do it for a company, it's a lot of fun. Okay, now next certificate for annual return. If we talk about a certificate of annual return, section 92, it will require listed company, okay, with PUC of more than 10 CR or turnover 50. So PUC 10, turnover 50. Okay. So a company secretary in practice in MGT 8 has to certify that whatever information that has been given in MGT 7, which was this, is true. Got it? Yes. Okay. Now, when do you file it? Within 60 days, when the AGM is done. Where do you keep all the returns? As I said, registered office. You generally preserve it for 8 years. Can anybody come and inspect it? Yes. Rupees 10 per page or 50 rupees per inspection. The members, if the outsiders want to come, they can also do it. They will have to pay the fees. The members will not have to pay the fees. Central government, if they want someone to inspect your books, of course they can. Okay. Done. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's all about Companies Act. So yesterday we did a very important part. We did majority of the part, okay, in Companies Act. And today, we did majority of the part in Companies Act, and today we finished the remaining part of the Companies Act. So yes, guys, your Companies Act is over. I told you, I promised you, in 2 days we will get done with Companies Act, and it's over in 2 days. Yes, now we are already done with labor laws, we are already done with ethics, we are already done with Companies Act. Now next we will be doing commercial laws. Okay, now commercial laws we will be doing writing practice, because many students had asked for the same, and other than writing practice we will also be doing revision sessions for commercial law. Okay everyone, chalo. So yes guys, that's all. Let's stop for the day. Okay, and I will see you people very soon, not in the upcoming week, but very soon, for the remaining part, that is commercial laws. Yes, till then everybody take care, study well, your exams are coming super soon, so just take care of yourself and study well everyone. Okay, thank you so much guys, thank you so much. Signing off, CS Kajal Hande. Have a great day guys, study well, bye bye.